You have returned. You will the particle emitters there that once governed the flow. They were caged for their safety until we could determine. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. He has had some Echani training. He masks it well. You are the one who is mistaken. I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught. If the source is a mystery to you, your ship is stored in the hangar. The mistress? She's meditating, and she does not wish to be disturbed. She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order. We serve the Jedi. We do not question. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos, she has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi. That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. She predicted you would say as much. I would welcome a chance to instruct. Oh yes. We train extensively in various... Very well. Follow me. Before we begin, all duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. Your feet are not to leave the training. Also, this is not a fight to the death. The fight will be with hands and feet. Also, do not... In turn, I will not use our higher forms. Before we begin... Why have you... This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the... Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world it was a place where the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely, if the Sith could not. The Jedi Council sensed it, Master Vrook, Master Vandar, but it was too late to do much except make arrangements for evacuation. Many on Dantooine did not survive, Jedi or not. In time, she regained her voice and her strength. Even the Sith, it was a place... Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was able to bring them here before the Academy's destruction. Viewing the relics is not allowed. There is truth in what you say. But if you wish to see a few of them, speak to the last of the handmaidens. She has seen some of these objects and has an... Yes, she should be in the... She constantly seeks to improve herself so that... Because she is easily distracted by matters that do not concern her. I will not speak of them. You may ask... We serve the Jedi. Atris is the only Jedi here, this is true. You are no Jedi. Atris has made that clear. I assume you meant no insult. It is forbidden for us to become Jedi. Even if we possessed the awareness of the galaxy, we are here because we have taken an oath to never follow the teachings of the Jedi, only to watch those of the Order and carry out Atris's will should it. Atris believes the new Jedi Order that shall arise here will need to be guarded and watched by those not touched. The Jedi have long since lacked anyone to judge their actions and provide support should their power corrupt. The Jedi Civil War proved that the Jedi are in need of such guidance. It is our duty. It is not harsh. A crude way of describing. I would have struck you down as you entered this place if Atris had not stayed my hand. Though you are not a Jedi, you have been sick. If for a moment I felt you could bring... Atris is trusted. She has watched Jedi rise and fall, and she is a worthy one to judge. And therein lies her strength. Atris is the... It is possible. You may ask. We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. As I have said, it is not unusual for the Achani of the same. If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, I would welcome a chance to instruct. You may ask. We share the same... As I have said. If you seek... I would welcome a chance. The fight will also in the... You have succeeded. Seek one of us out when you...
Did you find? There was something from your past here, something... This woman who resides here. There is a Jedi here, perhaps. Yet there are no students, and this woman... Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. Yes, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well. Invade the mind of another? It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained. Killing such a one could prove difficult, and yet she distracts you, that is clear, and that may be reason... Direct action is not always the best way. It is a far greater victory to make another see through your eyes than to close theirs forever. Yet all that lives feels, and where something feels, there is weakness. Why you, of course. You are the gravity around which all her actions rotate. You exert a stronger influence than you know. Be her foil, her challenge, and eventually she will see things your way. Oh, yes. Natural leaders do such things to followers, whether they be simple criminals or old women such as myself. Very well, let us... He's only asleep.
I have felt it too, my lord. A disturbance in the Force. It was difficult to make out, my lord. At first it was such a quiet thing. I did not notice it. But now I wonder if it has always been there. I merely could not hear it before. The sound built so slowly, yet when you listen for it, you can make out the strains, even over the background life of the universe. Do you...
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash. I'm fine, General. What is this place? This must be where I had detected the energy in this room. This place. It looks part of it. I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you. Very well, General.
Let us keep moving. Very well.
Hey. Don't worry about me. Things went that way. Well, that's encouraging. Nothing like a... No, I was just complaining. We need to stick together, you know? Hey.
I hear you.
Have you returned to... Very. Our next battle will be using the... You may choose hands and feet, or...
I hear you.
What is it?
Well, if it isn't the one...
Don't be a fool.
Says... I hear you.
What is it?
I hear you.
I hear you.
Have you returned? You may choose hands and feet. Then...
This will teach you. This will teach you. This will teach you.
You have succeeded. Seek one of...
I hear you.
I hear you.
Have you returned to... Our next battle shall be free of restriction. In turn, I will spend...
This will teach you.
You know much of me. There is nothing more that we... If that is what... We shall see how you fight. Use whatever item, weapon, or...
Just say the word.
I hear you.
Have you returned? If wish you... Then... You are a strong opponent. I admit nothing.
Just say the
I
word.
hear you.
You are the I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. It dishonors me that but I cannot deny the truth. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may... There is much knowledge here. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their To the Ichani, battle is a means of communication. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart. Yes, the methods you use to meet your opponent speak truer than any words can express. When you risk... It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Telos was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing. She spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. She showed her heart at Malachor. I believe she was speaking to Malak in that final battle. Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student?
To claim to know anything of Revan's choices, or what lay in his heart when Malak fell, is conceit, servant of Atris. And whether Revan had any choice in the matter at all is something else you should consider.
But to say that seems an untruth based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others.
Ah, but at what point does the power the Force exerts submerge any attempt at choice or free will? You have taken a complicated question, servant of Atris, and you have trivialized it with your answer and lack of experience.
If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing. And I refuse to believe that is true. You may ask. Before you go, Exile, question. Please.
It is like a cloud, a mist that drifts from living creature to creature, set in motion by currents and eddies. It is the eye of the storm, the passions of all living things turned into energy, into a chorus. It is the rising swell at the end of life, the promise of new territories and new blood, the call of new mysteries in the dark.
I see. Thank you both. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me. You are the I am the last. You may ask. She said, you betrayed the Jedi. That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us... Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted... Atris says, when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with him because you had fallen so far. So it was a matter of choice then. If Atris has erred in her evaluation of your motivations, I believe that is the extent of her. Yes, it is difficult sometimes for... Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say battle is a pure form of expression. You may ask. I am the last of... I know a little of them, yes. Much Jedi knowledge is stored here. See, the Jedi relics are kept by Atris. Most come from Dantooine. Not all relics were able to be saved, for there was not time to rescue them all. The Jedi most come from not all relics. I have seen a few of them. There were many relics.
Jedi holocrons, yet warm to the touch, you said.
Yes, and with a light about them. When held, some would speak, ask strange questions. Yes, their questions were confusing. They seemed to think I was someone else, someone's student.
Of course they did. A simple misunderstanding, no doubt.
I had thought perhaps I had damaged them in some way, but I could not think of what I had done. Most come, not all relic. I have... There were many...
Jedi
Yes, and... You may ask. I honor the face of my mother. It is... I do not wish to discuss... It is not a sensitive subject, but a You may ask. You are the... I am aware of this. There are many who went to war against... I do not fear you. The Ichani believe you cannot truly... But now is not the time.
Let us keep moving.
What? Look, I'm fine.
Ichani training.
Huh? Oh, that. Don't tell... I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to... Well, hey, thanks. But you've got the wrong guy. Don't worry about it. Things went that well. Well... No, we need... Hey.
You have returned. Very. You are a strong opponent. Then there is no need for the last of us to join in this fight. We fight as one when we are 5, not 6. There.
This will teach you.
We knew you were no match for us. Our battle.
Just say the
I
word.
hear you.
Just say the word.
You are a... We've... There shall be no more men. There is much we have learned from... There shall be no more men. There is...
Well, now that we're off that Dejaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What does the machine say? We seem to have found it.
Do you know why we have called you here?
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
It is good you recognize this. It means you will understand why you must leave.
You are exiled.
There is one last thing.
Much defiance in that one.
You were correct, Kavar. When she was here, I felt it. It was as if she was not there. More like an echo.
The war has touched the youngest of the Order. Many of them have lost themselves in battle against the Mandalorians.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. She has lost herself. She is no Jedi. She walked Revan's path, but she was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
we are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. She has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let her depart. She will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with her, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let her go because we must. Where she travels, she carries her destination with her.
Malachor 5 should have been her grave. You saw it in her walk, and in the Force. It was as if she was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and she cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told her the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There's still the matter of Revan. Such truths leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years we will call her before us and explain what happened to her, and how she may be healed. Until then, she must accept her journey.
But she may never discover the truth, and she will never know why we cast her out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too...
General, is there a... That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one. I don't know, General, but I know this. A lightsaber. I think I can help you out there. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. No, I have to admit the crystal. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me, just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
Got a minute?
I'm a little busy.
Won't take more than a minute.
All right, I'll work while you talk.
Look, your friend, the Jedi, you know her from way back, don't you? How much do you know about her, really?
Her? You mean the General? Yeah, during the war. If that's what you mean by way back. Can't say I know too much about her, though.
Better than anyone else on this ship. Just give me your opinion, okay? And don't laugh.
I'm trying to work here, Atton.
I was just wondering if you thought maybe she and I might...
Being serious.
You said you wouldn't laugh.
You are being serious. Atton, she was a general. I was just a tech. Your guess is about as good as mine.
Well, what's your guess then?
I'm getting back to work.
Hey, I'm being serious here. You're laughing at me? I'll put you on the scrap.
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior. I am not pushing... Thanks for the vote of good. wouldn't guess it from the outside. Albert, I'm all done with you.